Today is a great day as we continue the series on the Space Marine Legions. Why is it a great day? Well, the Primarch for this legion is perhaps one of the most underrated. And of course, this is the fourth video in this series and we'll cover the 5th Legion, the whitescars. If at the end of this video you want to see the other legions, I will kindly link the playlist for you. The whitescars were the 5th Legion of the Space Marines. They were created originally known as the Star Hunters. If you ask me, what an epic emo band name. They first saw action in the Unification Wars on Terra. Their initial tasks were to seek out the hidden lairs of the other warlords on Terra. And they were a legion who didn't bask in the glory but were silent and went about their ways, which, to be honest, they enjoyed. When things really started going off in the Great Crusade, they were among some of the first to leave the Sol system. The Legion themselves were seen as pioneers, scouts, great raiders, the masters of speed, maneuverability, hit and run. And as a silent and proud legion, they did start losing numbers, succumbing to the nature of their duty. And due to this, they would also not call for aid. The numbers would continue on decline until the Primarch Jaghatai Khan was discovered. Khan and his gestation pod would land on a world which is called Chagorus. So Chagorus is a fertile world, lots of wide open plains, big tall mountains, blue oceans. The local population had really got to a low level of technology. They were messing around with black powder. And it was mostly ruled by one empire. They had an incredible horseman. Essentially, just think of the Mongol Empire, Genghis Khan, things like that, and look at this land, including their steppes, and you'll know what I mean. Jaghatai was found by the leader of a small tribe, and the leader's name was Ong Khan. Ong would view Jaghatai as a gift from the heavens above, a gift from the gods. But over time, Ong would eventually be struck down by another tribe. And Khan, even as a juvenile, would raise troops from the tribe and gain revenge, and essentially killed everyone in the rival tribe, and I mean everyone. Jaghatai Khan was loyal, he was honourable, but importantly for his story, he is ruthless. And over time, he would defeat other tribes, including the main ruling tribe, leading him to unite the lands and be named the Great Khan. Not long after this is when the Emperor would show up. Jaghatai, upon meeting the Emperor, drops to one knee and pledges complete allegiance to the Emperor. He would do this in front of his own warlords, his own commanders. And eventually he would go on to take control of the 5th Legion, and he would integrate them into Chagorus culture, and they would start creating new legionnaires from Chagorus. Jaghatai Khan, like his legion, would mostly keep themselves to himself, other than form a few friendship with Horus and Magnus, and he was absolutely despised by Fulgrim. Despite his friendship with Horus, who felt like Jaghatai would be the one who would most likely turn traitor with him, although he did not turn traitor. The Khan, being an honourable man, would seek answers rather than jump to conclusions. He reluctantly left the Space Wolves fighting the Alpha Legion, whilst also ignoring calls from Horus to attack Russ. He would even go and investigate Prospero himself, where he would confront and eventually shatter a projection of Magnus. Whilst on Prospero, he then got propositioned by Mortarion, which led to an epic duel between them, quite an even duel between them, and a subsequent clash happened in space between the Death Guard and the whitescars before Mortarion decided enough is enough and left. And do you remember the hit and run tactics the whitescars used? Well, they would use this to great effect against the traitor legions. And during the Heresy, there were some great stories of Jaghatai facing off against Mortarion further down the line, but I think this deserves a video on its own. Post-Heresy, the whitescars took part in the Great Scouring, and tragedy would eventually strike the whitescars' homeworld of Chagorus when the Dark Eldar, now named Drukhari, would raid and savage the world. And this ultimately led to the disappearance of Jaghatai Khan, as he went into the webway to get revenge. Will the Khan return? And more importantly, when? I have a video about this, and it includes some information from the Arcs of Omen, so check that out if you want more information about the possible return of Jaghatai Khan. So this concludes our overview of the 5th Legion. The next video that will come as part of this series will be the 6th Legion, the Space Wolves of course, so make sure to subscribe to be notified when that drops. We will also be covering the news and reveals from Nova that happens next week. And of course we will be resuming some Age of Sigmar content as well very shortly. With that in mind, I'll see you next time.